back to The Blend, guys. We are outside of Amberson Coffee here in Indianapolis. I think you guys are going to really enjoy this episode because we're going to be talking about coffee competitions. We're going to be talking about Amberson and the inception with Hugo, the owner, and also we're going to be trying out Cinestill XX at this beautiful coffee shop.
We had planned to open Amberson a while before COVID, obviously. Found the space kind of like in late 2019, and it had been abandoned. It was an old convenience store, and I moved, I think, March 1st of 2020. We signed the lease, and then like 15 days later, it was like lockdown. So we kind of had to pivot. We didn't know what to do for like the first couple months. With the space literally just sat here. So at the time, we were seeing a lot of focus on groceries and convenience, so people could, like place their orders online and go pick them up. Since this had been an old convenience store, we still had the fridges back then. So that's where the grocer part comes from. We were benefited a lot by the local community just coming together for small business, which was amazing to see. We had to think about, all right, we have never, like, people don't know us. We want people to, even if they can't have their coffee in the store, we want them to enjoy it the best they can, right? So we started doing the glass jars, which is our to-go option. We also did a no tipping policy because the service industry suffered a lot during COVID. So if tip-based jobs weren't having tips because people didn't come in, so it was like, what can we do as a business to make sure people are able to have a stable wage? So we did no tips, and we've kept it to this day. Just by supporting us, they came to know us. I feel like if we had opened in different conditions, we probably wouldn't have made it. But I feel like now we're kind of like known for being like the coffee nerds, coffee geeks, people who literally geek out for coffee. This is a little bit funky because it has a little bit of like more advanced fermentation. I like it a lot because it's very fruity and very bright. But yeah, let me know what you think.
Really love the lighting right now. We're filming on Portra 800. So obviously we have a lot of light seeping in on the left, and then we have the plant, and then also just like kind of the symmetry with the brick behind it. With Cine XX, it is pretty flexible with the ISO, so we're shooting at like 600 to like 700 ISO. I shot a friend's wedding with XX around that with comparable like environments, and I really liked it. So a lot of times with film, you have personal preferences. You could push or you could pull a lot of different film to make it less grainy or more grainy. So it's all about personal preference. So you just have to dial your settings in based on what you like.
It's a little like, I definitely taste coffee.
And you're a tea guy.
I can't do too much caffeine, but this is actually really good because I don't like bitter stuff, and this is sweet. Like the fact that this is iced means I'm going to be hopping all over the place in the next like hour. This is good.
I love how Hugo mentioned just like the inception of the building and how he loves like old buildings and turning it into, a place of service. Coffee, like you're still in the service industry, and I find it awesome how, this used to be an old gas station, which was also in the service industry. So. If you want to like pull down the hat, yeah. Just like this? Yeah, that's perfect. Hey everyone, welcome back to The Blend. We're going to get right into it with the Amberson film review. And as I get more comfortable with film, you can see that I'm really taking advantage of every single shot. So really using that test shot. So for example, with the Amberson episode, really taking advantage of that lens flare and really timing it and really shooting it intentionally. So I love this shot of the light leaks and the lens flares on the left side, and then you see Hugo just kind of doing his thing. And what I really love about it is that there's so much depth to it. You have the milk cartons in the foreground. Like Hugo said, it's a coffee shop, but also a grocer as well. So, you see everything all in, half of a frame. And then what I really want to touch on is just the Voigtlander 35 that I've been using for quite some time. And I really love it just wide open at 1.4. And so I love just like the softness that it brings. I actually have had some issues shooting at f16 or f20 just because the lens just kind of has a little bit more vignetting, and you see a little bit more of that price difference between a Voigtlander or Leica glass. But I really am enjoying it shooting wide open just because in this shot, for example, you have such softness all around Hugo, but everything is pretty tack sharp when it comes to him pouring from the kettle. And the next shots I want to talk about is the medium format Cinestill XX that I was using. And I think I really like shooting on XX for this episode just because of how well it fit with Amberson and just kind of the quote-unquote vibe that it brings. And like I mentioned before, I shoot this around 600, 700 ISO, a little bit higher than box speed, but I really just love the character and also just the sharpness that it brings to the image still. And so I love the wide establishing shot just because it seems like this can be, framed in a library or, in a database somewhere. And comparatively to the Portra 800 establishing shots, it's a little bit warmer, it's more inviting, but the black and white just, it has so much contrast and so much depth to it, in my opinion. And when we look at the portraits of Hugo especially, I love both. Both Portra 800 and Cinestill XX are two of my favorite film stocks to shoot from, but yet there is a stark difference of character and style between the two. I personally really like the look of the black and white one. I think it really just makes the hat pop and just kind of the general, quote unquote, again, vibe of Amberson. So yeah, I'm super excited about how this episode turned out. This was my first time shooting on black and white film for the Blend series. So comment down below if you want to see more moving forward, or if you just want to explore more of the color film stocks that I've been using. So huge shout out to the Amberson staff and Hugo for letting us in their space and just capture authentically what it means and feels like to be in Amberson Coffee and Grocer. And I will see you guys in the next episode.